Hi people, welcome to Blue UK Jazz Dance. Welcome to Rebirth of the Cool Volume 1, designated 110% to my legacy. And part of my legacy, I've come back to talk on the UK Jazz Dance history, particularly to do the history of Manchester. I'm the longest pioneer, the longest representing pioneer in Europe, throughout the world, who's still promoting the dance, culture, heritage, history, boom. And I was written out of the key book on UK jazz dance scene. One of the key things I identified was more than a scene, it was a culture, a way of life. It was social, physical, intellectual, cultural, emotional, spiritual, political, economic, technological, environment, legal. You have to understand what's been important has been the writing that's been done on UK jazz dance in Manchester has been written from a perspective where the writer was identified to look at some of the key pioneers and did not, female and male, and then expected that writing to be representative of Manchester. It has not been representative of Manchester. So I've come to stir it up as an individual. Most importantly, to identify this art form could be nothing without first generation people that were here and West Indians that were here already. And you have to know, couldn't be nothing without blacks, actually African diaspora people being in Britain for over 500 years. So I've come to stir it up, first to stir it up to say reggae played an important role in developing our steps, our style, our consciousness for African diaspora youth in Manchester to shape UK jazz dance and around the country, which has not been acknowledged. Is important. An individual identified that the art form began in 1975. That's a total impossibility. 50s and 60s born, started to dance in the first 0 to 6 years of early learning. You'll hear me talk about this a lot. Early learning, 80% of your formative learning takes place. That's why I'm here to stir it up. Then you had R&B, you had ska, you had mambo. In the 50s, you had a wide range of music. Them steps influenced 60s dance steps. 50s and 60s dance steps influenced 70s dance steps. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Right. So 50s dance steps were influenced by 40s steps. 40 steps were influenced by 1930 steps. Do you understand why I'm here to stir it up? Right. So it's important to me as an individual. I'm here to raise the prestige of the UK jazz dance pioneers because Manchester City was unique and distinctive. The whole of the north of England was distinctive, unique from the south. Both of us nurtured our own styles according to environment. I identified to individual dance education is a PhD subject. And for you to understand it, you have to do integrated research. You have to know the politics, economic, technological, environment, legal conditions and climate at the time. Identified the art form started from racism. What happened in Britain, we were being oppressed. Our cultural freedom to celebrate who we were socially, physically, intellectually, culturally, emotionally, spiritually, politically, economically, and legally was being oppressed. We found ways for ourselves to self-actualize ourselves. One of the ways was through dance and music. Have you got that right? This has not been identified in no writing. So therefore, you cannot have an understanding and appreciation of UK jazz dance at all from a generic or specific perspective. Why? Because you lack the information to have a critical perspective on it. You need the social development, physical, intellectual, cultural, emotional, spiritual, political, economic, technological, just to make an analysis. And you need to know who the key pioneers are and what background, what's their heritage. Like I'm Jamaican and Grenadian. As I said, I'm here to stir it up. Blue UK Jazz Dance out. Take it easy.